Hello, everybody. What's up? It's Gareth, and coming at you today on the powerful 11th of November, 11:11, and the time has just gone 11:11 a.m. in Guatemala. Wow, what a mindfuck! That's crazy. Whew! Yesterday, I wrote a post that we shared inside this group as well about the power of numbers and how when you start to link synchronicities like 11:11 as a powerful date in time for you to be able to set your intentions about things that you're calling into your life, you're starting to develop the belief that manifestation works. You can also see the 11:11 as just some date, and that's perfectly fine. But what you don't do then is you don't link any sacredness or any power to these dates and times. And much like how you develop the stories that you have in your life, you don't manage to bring any magic in. So there's a saying that says, how you do anything is how you do everything. And it's really, really powerful to think about. And what I mean by that and why I'm saying that's important is if you don't find anything sacred, then you're not going to find sacredness in your life. If you choose to see things like signs from nature or looking at your watch and it's 11:11, and you take a moment to be intentional and be like, wow, that's a moment for me to take stock and be present in my world and to lean into your intention settings or to feel what you were doing just before then and say, what I was doing then was probably exactly what I need to be doing on my path. And this is a sign or a confirmation that I'm doing the right stuff. When you press live on a Facebook Live, talk about 11:11, and I look at the camera, which is just up here, and just next to it is the clock that says 11:11. You get to choose whether you want that to be sacred or not. And so, anyway, that's not the point of today's live stream, but it feels really good to be able to be going live about um, the second phase of the manifestation game plan. We're doing a series of 6 live events where we're unpacking the manifestation game plan. And if you haven't seen the first version of this, video 1, go into the units tab of the Law of Attraction and the secret Facebook group. This is our online community of lifestyle designers that are getting the Law of Attraction to work for them. And so yesterday, we unpacked the first phase of the manifestation game plan, which is phase 1. And the manifestation game plan is a 6-phase process that you need to understand in order to get manifestation to work for you consistently. Many people understand the law of attraction as being setting your intentions, holding yourself in a positive state, and then something shows up in your world. That's partly true, but it's not the only thing that's true. Manifestation is a process that needs to go through all 6 of these phases. And if you set your intentions for something that you want and you focus on feeling good, let's say, for example, you're ordering in more money, but you don't take the time to do the decluttering, which is the third phase, you can sit and stare at pictures of money on your vision board forever, but it's not going to come in. If you've got an old money story or you've got some abundance blocks that are preventing the flow of money coming into your life, you're not going to be able to use the law of attraction to bring more financial flow into your world. So you need to go through all 6 of these phases. What we covered yesterday was phase 1, which is called desire. Watch that video, but it really has to do with being able to own your desire. Are you able to stand in your authenticity and own the things that you're calling into your life? What does that mean? If you're not able to stand in your power and say to the people that you love that I'm calling in $1 million into my world because you're somehow ashamed or you don't think that that's a worthy cause or you feel that the people around you will judge you and you're worried about what they think, it doesn't matter if you go to phase 2 and then place this item on your order board, go through the process of doing the decluttering. You need to stand in your authenticity and to be able to own your desire, which is the first step of the manifestation game plan. Now, the second step, which I'm going to be covering today, is called placing your orders. So, if you've been watching the content we've been putting out inside this group, we use this analogy of a factory to be able to understand the law of attraction because it's not an easy concept to grasp for something that you can't see. How does electricity work? It's really difficult to explain. Sort of, it's like a charge that runs through a wire, and when I press the light comes on. It's not that easy to understand exactly how electricity works. Likewise, the process of manifestation is a flow of energetics that makes things show up in your world, and it's working in every single moment, whether you're aware of it or not. And so, to make it simple, we've used this analogy of the factory. So let me know in the comments of this video if you know what I'm talking about, if you've followed the factory analogy before, maybe you've used it to bring something into your world. Let me know if you have used the analogy of the factory as a way for you to understand the law of attraction. I'll tell you very briefly how it works. I want you to think about the things that you're calling into your life, to use manifestation to call into your life, as orders that you're placing with a factory, an imaginary factory. You place those orders by thinking about the things that you want or by thinking about the things you don't want. You're placing orders the entire time with your mind. And you pay for those orders and they show up in your life once you've paid for your order in full. And the only currency that you can use to be able to pay for your orders is belief. And what that means is when you start to develop the belief that you are worthy of $1 million, or you believe that the home of your dreams is just around the corner, or that your life partner is coming, or that your world is going to unfold exactly the way that it's supposed to, and you start to believe that, that is the reality that starts to unfold in your world. So the second phase in the manifestation game plan, the second of these 6 phases, is called placing your order. And what this requires you to do is to be really intentional about what it is that you're calling in. So many people have this idea of using the law of attraction to manifest money. And they'll say something like, I want to be rich. If you were to place an order for something with a factory, would you, let's use the analogy of a sports car. This one makes so much sense. If you wanted a sports car and you were going to place an order with a factory, would you just send through an order and say, please send me a sports car? Obviously you wouldn't. You would be very conscious about exactly what color you wanted, what model you wanted, what specs you wanted, seats, etc., etc. There's an entire process to do that. Your manifestation journey is exactly the same. You need to be very intentional about what it is that you're placing your order for. So you need to say something like $5,000 per month of passive income coming into my life, $1 million showing up in my world. If you've been able to do phase 1 correctly, which is own your desire, to be able to stand in your authenticity and say, I want $1 million in my life, that you feel comfortable to be able to say that to everybody that matters in your world, and you're not worried what other people think about your desires, you've done phase 1. Once you graduate to phase 2, you now need to put the specifics down of the actual goal that you're calling in, the same way you would if you were placing an order for $1 million to show up in your world. I'm looking for $1 million to show up in my life. Spend some time finding something that represents that order for you. This is where the process of using something like visualization is a really powerful tool to be able to get crystal clear on what it is that you're calling in. So we have a process called an order board, which tracks all of your orders, and it's a modern version, a digital version of the vision board that you used to do in the past, where you'd cut out a picture of your dream home and your ideal body, you in a bikini, you with your shirt off, whatever it was that you wanted to do, and you put that on there. We've got a digital version of that, where in this phase 2, where you place your order, you go and find a picture of something that represents your money goal, and you place that directly onto your order board, and you're able to track it so that you can see exactly what it is that you're calling in. You need to be super clear. That's what phase 2 is all about. If you just say, send me a sports car, you don't know what's going to arrive. It could be a Ferrari that's been in an accident. It could be a yellow Mustang, which is the most disgusting car that you would even want. You need to be very specific about your orders. So phase 2 is about placing your orders, and we're going to spend some time helping you craft exactly how to do this. We're going to go into a little bit more of a deeper dive inside our program called Money Manifestation Reboot. Money Manifestation Reboot is a 3-part video series that we're working on at the moment. It's starting soon, and we are taking people through this experience to get them to understand the manifestation game plan, these 6 distinct phases I'm talking about here. And we're going to be able to show you how to use them to get super clear on how to use this to bring money into your world. So Lemanya Mears, thank you for sharing that. $30,000. Beautiful, super clear, able to own her desires. She's showing up and articulating exactly what she's calling into her life. And this is another part of the process of the MMR experience, the Money Manifestation Reboot experience, where we're going to encourage you to be able to own your desires in phase 1. If you're calling in $30,000 like Lemanya is, you get super intentional and be very clear about what that money is going to be used for. In a later phase, the release phase, Matt's going to show you exactly how you use this process of identifying what you're bringing in, but also identifying your why. Why do you want $30,000? What's the point? For all of us, it's very important to know our why. If you want $1 million, that's perfectly good. Own your desires, but know what you want to do with it. Know that every single cent of that $1 million is accounted for. And we're going to go through that entire process with you inside the Money Manifestation Reboot. So these series of videos, this is series 2 out of the 6 videos that we're going to be going through. We're just going to give you a sense of exactly what the manifestation game plan is about. So desire is the first phase. We did placing your orders today, which is getting clear on how you place your orders. Then we're going to move to the important phase of clearing the decks. That's phase 3. Clearing the decks is getting rid of any of the old stories or clutter that could be preventing the flow of money into your life if you've got a money order. If you're calling in a relationship, the decluttering or the clear the decks phase of phase 3 is a process of decluttering all your past relationships. Are you able to create a safe and whole space for a new relationship or for new money? So hopefully you can see these phases of manifestation work, whether you're calling in money, your dream job, your ideal life partner, whatever it is, you move through all of these phases. And if you want to get to be able to manifest successfully, consistently, you need to understand these phases and be able to move through them. Phase 4 is about paying for your order. This factory analogy that I just spoke about is about paying for your order with belief. How do you develop this belief? How do you develop the part of you that believes that you're worthy of the money? Phase 5 is the release phase. This is where you really let go of the trying and the doing, and you start to trust that what you're calling in is going to show up in your world. And phase 6 is the part that all of us get excited about. This is order delivered. This is when your $1 million, your 30,000 US dollars, your sports car, your ideal life partner shows up in your world. How do you celebrate that? How do you witness the fact that you've just been able to create your reality through this manifestation game plan by going through these phases? And how do you remain grateful and open so that more can flow to you? So we're going to give you all of these phases and a brief, just a taste of exactly what they are in videos like this one. Tomorrow we'll go live and we'll be doing the decluttering phase, which is called Clear the Decks. But MMR, the Money Manifestation Reboot, I will put a link in the description of this video. Get registered there for free. We've got an amazing community of people that are really at the stage where they're just tired of their old money stories. If you're sitting there and you're frustrated in continually hustling to get bills paid, credit card bills seem to come quicker than money seems to come in, it's time to let go of all of those old stories. It's time to do the decluttering that you need to. It's time to let go of your old money story and go through this process with us where we'll show you how to recreate your money story and explain why your money story is the very thing that becomes your money reality. So if you're looking to finish off 2020 and start 2021 with a very clear plan for your financial abundance in 2021, join Money Manifestation Reboot, and I'll include a link to that in the comments of this video, and we'll see you inside. Thank you so much for checking in today, and we'll see you on the next live stream tomorrow where we'll be unpacking the clearing the decks phase. Much love to all of you, wherever you are on this powerful 11th of November, and take a look at the blog post that we put inside this group. There's a 5-minute exercise that you can use right now to set your intentions for the next few months on this really powerful day of the 11th of November. Till next time, ciao.